Hey, Facebook, how are you doing? Hello? Y'all having a good day? So we're going to talk about Nexium versus Prilosec. I've talked about this before. I do videos and give my opinion on what I think of certain medications and the pharmaceutical industry and whatnot. And I'm going to show you this. I want to give you this opinion on Nexium and Prilosec here, and I want to go over this with you because it is what is fundamentally wrong with that industry and why I get so bent out of shape regarding the pharmaceutical industries and pharmaceuticals in general. And I know there are drugs out there that have saved people's lives. I get that. I'm happy for them when that occurs. But the drug companies are there to create profits, and they don't really give a crap about patients, in my opinion. So I'm going to go over something with you. Which one's better, Nexium or Prilosec? All right. So I'm going to give a little bit of chemistry. Sorry, the lighting's not so good in here. It's a little dark. We're getting towards the end of the night. Got my headphones in so that in case somebody is cleaning up and playing music or something doesn't come across the computer too well. So here's the deal. A little chemistry lesson, right? So Prilosec is a medication. It's a proton pump inhibitor. What that means is it stops your stomach from producing stomach acid. So it's in the class of medications called a PPI. Prilosec was made by a company called AstraZeneca originally. I'm not sure who it's made by now. And it was a certain type of medication, and it has a certain quality to it. It's racemic. And what that means is it has two different chemicals in it that are exactly the same. So the proton pump inhibitor, the chemical that is the medication, has two different chemicals that are identical mirror images of each other, like your hand. It's called chirality in the chemical world. They have an enantiomer. But anyway, so this is the medication, and it has a mirror image to it that looks like this. This medication actually does something. It's the active ingredient in Prilosec. This medication is the enantiomer, and it actually is an inert ingredient, which means it does nothing. It has no effect on the body whatsoever. So this is effective. This is not effective at all. It doesn't do anything at all. Even though if you looked at it under an electron microscope, however you could see it, you would say, well, they're the same chemical. They're not. They're mirror images of each other, just like my hand. It's called chirality. So get this. The company AstraZeneca, who made Chris, Nexium's better. All right, you're going to be surprised by this. You should keep watching. So the company AstraZeneca figured out how to remove this part. Oh, sorry, I'm in the mirror image on the camera here. The company AstraZeneca figured out how to remove some of the inert ingredient, the part of the pill or the medication that doesn't do anything. It's inert. It does absolutely nothing, has no effect on the body or the medication in any way. They figured out how to remove it. So all that was left was this, which you already had in Prilosec, was this medication, right? So Nexium and Prilosec are exactly the same medication. They're exactly the same. Exactly. So they're the same medication, maybe different doses. Maybe one of them might have a little time release or something to it, but they are exactly the same active ingredient in Nexium and Prilosec. AstraZeneca knows it. AstraZeneca lobbied the FDA to approve Nexium to be on the market. Hi there, Gina. Hi, Misty. Based on the fact that they could show on the paperwork and in their studies that they actually removed an inert ingredient. So the FDA, in their crookedness, in my opinion, they said, sure, I could see how you could argue that now it's a different pill, but it actually does nothing different. So the truth of the matter is doctors don't know that they're the same. Okay. Thanks for the sleep aid. Oh, you're welcome, Patricia. So here's the deal. Doctors don't know that. And the reason they don't know that is because the drug reps that are coming to the office to tell them, hey, you should prescribe Nexium. It's a better proton pump inhibitor than Prilosec, which is now, which omeprazole, same thing. And omeprazole is the generic version of it, over the counter. So they lost the patent. The patent ran out on Prilosec. They lobbied the FDA to get them to reintroduce the medication as Nexium. With all they did was remove the inert ingredient, which didn't do anything in the first place, and they got to make billions more dollars on the medication just because they removed an inert ingredient that doesn't do anything. So when I get on here and I'm on my soapbox about the fact that that medications are not good for you in many cases, they don't fix anything. All right, they don't fix anything. I had a friend of mine who had who did a radio interview with one of the guys who invented Prilosec, and he said that when he invented the medication, he went to the owners of the company, AstraZeneca. They basically said, "Wow, this is great. It's reduces stomach acid. We can market this as for high stomach acid for acid reflux." And he said, no, this is only good for a short period of time. It'll increase the risk of stomach cancer. And they said, well, we're not worried about that. If we can market it, make billions of dollars off of the acid reflux crowd, then hey, we're all about that. So now I'm going to read you a few things here because I want to explain to you when I want to show this to you. So this is what acid inhibitors do, okay? So if we're going to reduce stomach acid, a few things are going to happen. You need stomach acid in order to absorb most minerals in your body. Specifically, one of the worst ones, one of the most needed ones is magnesium. And most Americans are already grossly deficient in magnesium. And a proton pump inhibitor will make it nearly impossible to absorb magnesium in your body. And even if you're taking high doses of oral magnesium, it could deplete your body so bad that those high doses of oral magnesium will not even replenish them. That's how effective this medication is at messing up your magnesium stores. You need high levels of stomach acid in a very acidic environment in order to fight off the bugs that you eat in your food. What I mean by bugs is bacteria and stuff like that. Yeast and stuff are supposed to be killed by your stomach acid. So if we reduce your stomach acid, what do you think is going to happen to your ability to fight those things off? And your stomach acid is there to help keep that, like H. pylori, it's there to keep that in check. Candida, you can have high levels of candida in your body because you're not able to fight those and keep those in check by having normal stomach acid. And candida can have a big effect on the heart and the thyroid glands, so you don't want to have high levels of candida in your body. Again, nobody likes an H. pylori infection. So they also proton pump inhibitors also counteract the effects of Plavix and blood thinners. Not well known, but they counteract the effects of those things. So you can actually increase somebody's clotting factors. And if they have a risk of clotting, they could be more at risk of a heart attack or a stroke if they're taking Prilosec or a Nexium. Same thing, same drug. That was my original thing, right? Same medications. Just one of them costs like 10 times more because now it's patented again. Doctors have no idea you're prescribed medication. Now get this, sorry, I'm getting off on a tangent here, but patients will go in and they will say, the Prilosec's not working, doc. What else you got for me? And they go, oh, I'm going to give you a prescription for Nexium because that's a prescription. And they come back to their doctor 6 months later, that Nexium's really working. I'm really glad you gave me the prescription level of the same damn medication. So it's ridiculous. That's how brainwashed we can be sometimes. So the goal is to find out the cause. If you have stomach acid problems, you have acid reflux, you have GERD, you have Barrett's esophagus, you have all these things. The goal would be to find the cause of the problem, okay? Not put a Band-Aid on it. The Band-Aid in this case isn't even any good. It's like you're putting a Band-Aid on it laced with some sort of bacterial infection or something. So you need stomach acid, folks. It's extremely important for you to be able to digest food, absorb nutrients and minerals, fight infection. And you're being conned by the drug companies to say that, so that they can make billions of dollars. And the FDA is in on it. So anyway, I'm going to get off the Facebook Live here. Appreciate you guys watching. If you can comment, let me know where you're from. Let me know what you think of this information. Just put some things in the comment below. I appreciate that. And also, if you hit that share button, it really helps us get that out there. If you have stomach acid problems, if you have stomach and GI issues, and you want to know a different way of looking at those problems, put in the comments there or private message us, and I'll send you a link to it's about an hour long, but it's a video I did about gastrointestinal issues, whether it be if you have constipation, diarrhea, you have, it doesn't matter what you have. If you have diverticulosis, you have GERD. If you have GI issues, you owe it yourself to watch that video. Again, it's about an hour long, so grab some popcorn. But it should enlighten you on the fact that there are lots of solutions out there to problems if you know how to look for the underlying causes. All right. It's just so taking these medications, the one we're talking about tonight, is not the way to solve these problems and can factually make you so very ill by taking them for long periods of time. So first of all, don't give your billions of dollars to the drug companies who are trying to swindle you by, it's like, saying, here's an egg. My mom used to say 6 of one, half dozen the other. It's the same damn thing. All right. It's still 6, right? So don't let them swindle you. Prilosec and over-the-counter omeprazole are the same medication as Nexium. But if you need to take those things, you need to find an underlying cause to the problem. There is a reason your stomach is bothering you, and that underlying cause should be found. You can ask for that video. One of my staff will email it to you or send it to you, and you watch that video, and hopefully that'll enlighten you. I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you have a great night. I hope you share this, especially if you know anybody who's taking these medications. They need to know this, and you all need to know it, because the healthcare costs are too high for stuff like this. Anyway, take care.